All right, guys. So today I was shopping on Amazon, as I do, and I was looking around and I saw a couple items that were under $20. And it got me thinking, what can $20 actually get you in today's world? I think I have about 10 or so items under either $20 or under, and we're gonna test them out and we're gonna see what you can get for about 20 bucks. So the first thing I found, which is actually really cool, is I found this lighter. This is a triple flame butane lighter. And it took me an hour to figure out how this thing works, because it has this switch on the side that you flick on and that turns the gas on. And I could not figure out how to get this thing to light, because whenever you flip this switch to turn the gas on, there's like a little extra gap up there at the top that kind of makes you think that you have to like push it more to like ignite it, and then maybe the switch goes back to just keep the gas on. That's not how it works at all. What you have to do is turn the gas on, and then you have to shake it. And then it has an electronic igniter that will ignite the flames. So that confused me for over an hour. It's just a torch lighter, so there's not really a whole lot that I can do. But I do want to see if maybe it can melt a pop can, because I'm pretty sure I tested one before that could melt a pop can. So let's see if this triple flame has the power. Oh, that warped it instantly. That burned a hole through it in like what? Less than 20 seconds? Holy crap. I did not expect that to burn a hole in it that fast. The last one I tested, I don't remember that happening. I felt like I had to hold it there for a long time. I don't know exactly what realistic application you would need 3 butane jet flames for. If you have to burn something, this will get the job done. My next thing that I got is 30 plus science experiment kit. For, I think this thing was maybe like $18. So for that price, for 30 science experiments, I'm gonna say that probably a good chunk of these are probably kind of garbage, but I don't really know. I see there's a volcano here, so I'm sure that's probably baking soda and vinegar. We're obviously not gonna do all the experiments, but the ones that I think that could be cool, we'll do those. And we got test tubes, safety glasses. Oh, we got baking soda. All right, let's read the directions. What do we got here? All right, got some water. We need 40 milliliters of water. I don't know what that is in American. Then we need to add red food coloring to it. Some good old red 40. I guess this is like a stir stick, so we'll just... Then we need a spoonful of baking soda and citric acid. I didn't even know you could do this. I thought this was just like a baking soda and vinegar type thing. Citric acid is crystals, I guess. And I don't think it says to do this, but my gut tells me you should mix them. And now we're going to explode the volcano. Ooh. Kind of lame, not gonna lie. I expected more of like some more foam or something. Okay. What else we got? Okay, so the first like 4 experiments just have to do with mixing those two and like watching it bubble up. So that's kind of lame. Rainbow rain, where you just mix these three different colors into a thing of water and then watch them mix. That's super lame. This is like actually kind of worse than I thought. There's another one called homemade bubble water, but you need a bubble container. You didn't give me a bubble container. So how am I supposed to do that? You did not provide me with that. There's fizzy tablets. There's a candle. I wonder what involves a candle. Okay, here's one called Magic Play Sand. This also seems pretty lame. You're supposed to take a measuring cup, fill it full of water, the sand, and you put it in there, and it's supposed to be like waterproof or something. That's not at all what it showed in the picture. It's supposed to be like scoop it out, I guess. It says it's not supposed to get wet. Or maybe it's supposed to be like this? What are we doing here? I'm an idiot. I don't know, so I don't know what that is. So let's just forget about that. This is the Magic Play Sand. Let's just forget that ever happened. Okay, that still is, oh, okay. So it's still dry all the time. No matter what. I don't know what this goop is supposed to do. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's kind of cool. Even if you put it all the way in the water. Okay, that was kind of a cool one. I'll give them that. There's a lot of stuff in here that you have to have the supplies for. That's like not even cool stuff. So the candle one, I'm just gonna use the table, I guess. The candle one, it was showing that you are supposed to be able to have water on a table or a dish. I don't have a dish. And then you're supposed to be able to take this cup and put it over the candle, and it's supposed to like suck up the water in the cup. We can light our candle. I guess we're just supposed to we'll do that, and we'll just I mean, it's working. It is sucking up water inside the cup. Okay, that was kind of cool, I guess. I think I am done with these. These are not very good. All right, before we go any further, we need to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. If you're a busy person like me, you know what I don't like doing? I don't like going to the grocery store. I don't like going there and dealing with all the people, walking up and down all the aisles, trying to find the stuff that I want, which for some reason, it feels like every grocery store, they rearrange the entire store every 2 days, so you're just mindlessly walking up and down the aisles, can't find what you need because somebody moved it around. But you know what I do like? I like opening up my front door and saying that I have groceries that have been delivered by Hungryroot. Something else that's cool is that Hungryroot now has over 50,000 chef-crafted recipes that most of the time can be done in 15 minutes or less. Something else that's cool is that Hungryroot also holds their food to a very high standard, and they screen out over 200 additives, including high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives. So really, I mean, what else could you ask for? You're saving time, you're saving money, you're getting good food. What else could you want? All right, let's see what we got for dinner. Oh, we got some recipes. Looks like we got lots of good stuff as usual. The pretzels I love. The banana bites I love. Let's see, what kind of recipes we got? Alfredo tortellini with garlicky chicken sausage. That sounds pretty good. We got tortellini, we got chicken sausage, Alfredo. Okay, so that can be dinner. Dark chocolate peanut butter almonds. That sounds really good. Oh, those look so good. All right, let's get this made. All right, so I've never had any of these things before. Let's see how this goes. Let me get some tortellini, I think it was called. That's good. It just kind of tastes like a noodle. Let's get some sausage. This is actually pretty good. So I think you guys are gonna love Hungryroot as much as I do. So for a limited time, you can get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. So click the link below or go to hungryroot.com, use code TUBE. That's 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life at hungryroot.com. Use code TUBE at checkout. You can also click the QR code on the screen, and all of the links will be in the description. All right, this next thing, don't even ask me why I bought this when I saw it. It was under 20 bucks, okay? Don't ask any questions. But you can buy one of these. One of those scanners that, like, if you go to a, I don't know, concert or the airport or something, and they, like, scan you down and see if you got any metal on you. So let's just say you have something small. I was playing with this. I hope it's on vibration mode. It is. You can see it detects it. It also has a high and a low. So the low, it detects it like there. The high, it almost detects it at the same spot. There's actually not that much difference. But yeah, it's just a simple little metal detector. It does have a beeping option. I'm gonna do it one time, but the beep is so obnoxiously loud. Plug your ears. It's like the most annoying fire alarm you've ever heard. So I don't really know what you'd use this for. Something I was thinking that you could do is, like, maybe you could keep this in your car, and then, like, say if you get pulled over and you want the officer to know that you're safe because, you know, you just checked yourself, you don't have any weapons, you could be like, "Don't worry, officer." I don't know, just an idea. Next, let's get this stupid thing out of the way. This is a Morph advanced fidget toy. This thing, I don't remember how much this was. I don't think this was 20. I think it was actually pretty cheap. And it better be cheap because this is all it does. There you go. That is everything that this thing has to offer. It's all the fidgeting you're going to get done is this. It's really cool for about 45 seconds. I guess you could kind of do this with it maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe you can get like a minute and a half out of it. Okay. We're done with that. Let's do this. This is Dice Bomb. I think it's supposed to be some type of like magic trick. But I don't know how it works. Because you got all these little dice. And you have one big one that I assume all these fit into. And it's also very convenient. It doesn't come with any instructions, nothing. That's how it came, just in that little plastic bag, and that was it. So maybe you're supposed to, like, put all the dice in the big one and then be like, "Ooh, look, there's only one dice." And then, like, oh, wait a minute. The top is magnetic. Okay. That is what you're supposed to do, I think. Okay. So you don't have to shake it like crazy like I did. You could just be like, I don't know what magic trick you'd do with that. Just be like, "Hey, I can turn one dice into a bunch of little ones." Okay. That's a little better than I thought. Before I realized this was magnetic, I kind of thought maybe you were just supposed to throw this in here and then, like, just shake it around and then somehow hope that they all end up inside the big dice. Okay. That's not horrible. I literally just realized I had whatever in the world this is, and that would have been a perfect dish for that little candle trick. So that's cool. Next up, we have the Magic Mystery Pen. Now, it's supposed to... Oh, yeah. You're supposed to show that you can poke it through a playing card or a dollar bill. I got playing cards somewhere. So I guess the trick here is you're supposed to, if you're some type of magic person, somehow magically be like, "Oh, hold on. Just pretend like you're not seeing this. Look how magic I am. Ooh, oh, look. I put this pen through the card. and I can move it around because I'm a magician, and then I fixed it. I didn't hurt the card. Ooh, woo-woo magic. I don't know how through some type of sleight of hand you're supposed to like do that real smooth or whatever. I feel like this could be an extremely cool trick if you know what you're doing and you're not me, because I'm not a magician. But I think this thing was maybe like 10 bucks. So for 10 bucks, you could probably get... Okay. I did not realize this was double-ended. Maybe that's so like you could give it to somebody and they could check it and make sure it's normal. And then you could, through woo-woo magic, and then you can do your little trick. Woo! That's pretty cool. Like I said, I think for 10 bucks or whatever this thing costs, it's a pretty cool little trick. You can get some laughs, make some people think you're cool or something. All right, our next product is this thing. This is I don't even know what you call this, a reflex tester? But it's got these like little foam pieces that magnetically attach up to here. And then it will randomly drop one and you're supposed to grab it. And it's supposed to like show your reflexes or whatever. Now I have great reflexes, so I will be catching every single one of these. Let's go.
Let's play sports together.
Are you gonna go?
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh. Okay. I think I halfway missed one of them. This thing's pretty cool, especially for under 20 bucks. I also feel like this could have a real use, like say if you were like an athlete or something, you needed to have good reflexes. Let's try again.
3, 2, 1, go.
How did I miss the last one? I knew it was going to drop. So that's that. It's very, very simple, very basic. And I think it has a lot of utility. I think you could actually make someone's reflexes better for something like, probably like football maybe like basketball or something. Something that requires a lot of hand-eye coordination. So for under 20 bucks, I think it's pretty cool. Our next product is this. I didn't even know that you could get one of these this cheap. But this is a label maker. Now, the downside is it does require an app. We all know how much I hate apps. So that kind of is what it is. So let's turn this bad boy on. I have already prepared a message to print on this thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, that is not what I wanted to print. Let's try again. There we go. As you can see, or maybe you can't. Your mom is fat. So that's pretty cool. It's under $20. It's not like a great label maker because it only has, like it can only print a label within this size. I know a lot of the other ones you can kind of, if you need a really long label, you can kind of, print it within reason as long as you want it. Whereas this one, you're just pretty much stuck to this. So that kind of sucks. It works. The label sticks. It's under 20 bucks. What else could you ask for? Our next item is a game called Kanoodle. Now, I'm still not 100% sure exactly what you're supposed to do. I kind of played around with it, and I think I kind of got it figured out, but I'm still not sure. I didn't really know what I was getting into whenever I bought this thing. So you have a timer up here. Okay. I did not want to start a timer. But you have this little book, and it's got different things in it. Now, it also doesn't help that the manual is in Dutch, I believe. And as far as I can tell, there's no English part of it that describes the instructions or the rules. It's just only Dutch. It's Dutch, Spanish, French, and something else. No English. So I don't know if this is just like not really an English game. Maybe they just do this in other countries or what. But from what I can gather, you have like all these different patterns, and you're supposed to pick one of these patterns and then reproduce it with this and then see how long it takes you. So let me just pick a random pattern here. I don't want to do something too terribly hard. Let's do this one. 83. And I don't know, like, since I don't know the rules, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to look at this and you just copy it as you look at it, or if you're supposed to just look at this and memorize it and then like get as close as you can. I'm not entirely sure. So we've got all of our pieces. So I'm not going to start the timer because it's annoying, but you would start the timer and then you would just copy this. So we got this piece that goes there. We got that piece goes there. That piece goes there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And I guess you go on to the next one. I don't really get it. I think it's actually quite dumb. Maybe this is just a game that's supposed to be like for little kids or something to help them like learn shapes and like maybe problem solve. I could see that. I mean, it might be good for that. But like for adults, I don't think this is a game that adults are playing. Overall, I think it's kind of dumb. I think it's probably for like little tiny kids. All right, this next one. This is very weird. It looks weird. It feels weird. I don't really know the purpose exactly. It is 2 USB heating rods. Now, supposedly this is like hand warmers. You're supposed to plug this into like a power pack, and then you hold on to these, and then it's supposed to like warm up your hands. I don't know why you would choose this over just like the regular USB hand warmers that I think I've done 2 or 3 different types of those in videos. All of them were pretty good. I think there were some of them that were like one-sided and those weren't that great, but I have done some that were really good. So let's plug this bad boy in. We got some green and red lights going. I feel like I'm holding something about to get electrocuted, is what I feel like. Nothing is happening. I can feel them getting, I mean, when I say the slightest bit warm, I mean it is just the slightest, tiniest bit of warmth you could imagine. It feels like I just went like, and then held on to it. It's about how warm it feels. This feels so stupid. You know, we're gonna let's let these sit here for maybe like 5 minutes or so. See how hot they get. Because it's almost like nothing. All right, let's let those sit there. All right, it's been 10 minutes. They smell weird. They smell like something's burning. Except for they're like, I don't even know how you pull this off. How do you make it smell like something's burning, but also not even really be hot? It's almost like I said before. It's like someone took this and just went like, and then you grabbed a hold of it. I don't even know if this would be effective. Like if it was really cold outside, say you, I don't even know. Would you put this in your pocket maybe, and then just have these wires hanging out, and you just like stand here and hold these? I don't think this would keep your hands warm. And I don't know what these like green and red lights mean, because like the red would kind of make me feel like it's not warmed up yet. But it's been over 10 minutes now, and if they're not warmed up in 10 minutes. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Plug them in overnight and like preheat them overnight, and then all of a sudden the next day you can get some warmth? So I don't know. They look dumb. I don't get it. They need to go back to the drawing board. These things, they don't do nothing. All right, our next item, we have some bagels and butter, and we have a heated butter knife. So we all know how much it sucks to try to scoop off cold butter right out of the fridge, like with a knife. It's almost impossible. So we have a heated butter knife that should make that really easy. It's got 2 temperature modes, which are very strange. It's oddly enough, it's 131 degrees or 158 degrees. I don't know why they went with those numbers. So I'm gonna heat this up to 158 degrees. Wow, that heats up fast. It's already over 100 degrees. The only thing is, it kind of seems like it's just the middle of the knife that's hot. Oh, and like the base. Ow, that's like really hot. This thing heats up fast. We're almost already 130 degrees. All right, we're at 153 degrees. Close enough. Now let's try to get a scoop of this butter. Ooh. Come on. Literally like a hot knife through butter. I expected a little bit more, to be honest. I expected it to be easier to spread. Maybe just kind of hold it there for a minute. I don't know how I feel about this. I expected a lot more. I kind of thought maybe it would, you know, if you leave butter sit out on a counter, it gets room temperature, and then you can just scoop it and spread it really easily. I kind of was expecting that same effect, but with this, but I'm not really getting that. That is a ton of butter. It does, however, slice through the butter really nice. So maybe if you're gonna use this like for cooking or something, you just needed a real easy way to cut butter, but you can do that with a regular knife. So there's not really a ton of benefits here. Maybe you can cut it thin and kind of, I don't know. It's still really hot. That's honestly kind of a letdown. I expected a little bit more. I'm kind of on the fence about this. It does cut through butter really nice where it does get hot, but like actually using the butter is kind of just as difficult as it would be if you just use a regular knife. So I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. That's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.